It is the end of January here in Colorado, which is about the perfect time to start thinking about your seed starting projects for March and April. I took a quick tour of my outdoor garden yesterday and it looks like a winter garden. It is covered with snow, it's frozen, there are lots of dead things scattered all over the place, but I know that that garden is full of life and it's just waiting for the warm weather, waiting for me to bring it some seedlings to grow a garden this summer. The list of things that you need to start your own seedlings is actually very simple. You'll need some growing medium, which is going to be some form of potting mix or germination mix. You're going to need pots of various sizes, germination trays, 4-inch pots, 8-inch pots. You are going to need seeds, obviously, and water and sunlight. You might need a warming mat for the early stages of germination, but that's about it. I'd like to walk you through some of the things that I use, and I'd like to walk you through the process of getting some seeds into those pots and to see what you can do. The first step is to fill the germination tray with the starter mix, and this is just potting mix, not soil, not dirt from your garden. It's usually a mixture of coco coir or peat and then vermiculite for its moisture retaining qualities. Notice I'm not packing this down. I don't want this soil to be tight. I don't want it to be compacted. I want that little seedling to have light soil to grow into. I moisten the soil before I start so that it's just easier to work with. And then I give it one drop and that compacts it. It shows me where my low spots are. Try to get it as uniform as possible. That tray is ready to go. It's ready for seeds. This green tote right here is a game changer. It contains all of your dirt. There's no cleanup afterwards. These are very easy to clean. This piece of equipment is highly recommended. Once the tray is prepared and the dirt is level, compacted, what I'm going to do is I like to use a chopstick and just burrow a small hole. And a lot is made of how deep to plant the seeds. I've found that the seeds don't care that much as long as they have good contact with the soil and the moisture. I would err on the side of not planting too deep. I think that would cause more trouble than planting a little bit too shallow. But the rule is to estimate the diameter of your seed and plant the seed 4 times deeper than its diameter. If you're really into details like that, that is one way to go. I basically drill a hole and I drop the seeds in. I plant 1 seed per cell. I'm never too upset if 1 cell doesn't produce a seedling. That is a very small area. That soil will get recycled, so it's really not even wasted. Once my seeds are in and I will fill a whole tray, I am going to just gently bring that soil back in, just very lightly. Don't want to pack it, but I do want there to be a little bit of coverage. And then the last step is to simply water that in lightly, and you can use a sprinkler head like this. If your soil is already really pretty wet or you're worried about your seeds moving, you can use a squirt bottle. This last layer of moisture is important to make sure that the seedling is in full contact with the moist growing medium. Once your seeds are planted and watered in, don't forget to mark what you've planted. Use little markers like this. This just says tomato, but I might have 4 different varieties of tomatoes all in the same tray, and I'll want to be careful to mark those so that I know which ones I'm getting. Well, your markers are in, you cover to preserve moisture, and it is ready to go on top of a heat mat It can be in the dark to start with. Once your seedlings start to pop up and germinate, you'll want to make sure that you supply plenty of light, somewhere in the range of 16 hours a day if it's a grow light. If you're lucky enough to have a greenhouse, you might get away with 4 to 6 hours a day.